15K in available credit lines. That's right. Talking about getting a credit score up into the 600s, 700s, 800s. We're talking about getting these negative, nasty, erroneous items removed from your credit reports, trade lines, AU trade lines, building family wealth. We're talking about it today, right now, on the live. Also, as I get to go and as I get to talk and as I get to going through the questions on the live stream, sometimes I might miss a question or two, and I want to make sure that I answer your questions, all your questions. So I'm putting my email address in here right now. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on the live. I appreciate it. So I got an email, individual saying, hey, thank you so much. Can't thank you enough for the do-it-yourself program, which you can get at 609creditrepair.com, or we can do the work for you at theawesomelife.group.com. Says, I can't thank you enough for your DIY program and the help you have given. Okay. Had bad credit. Now I have $15,000 in available credit in this person's name, in their own name, their primary trade lines in their name, $15,000 in available credit in less than a year. So they were able to dispute, delete, get this negative, nasty, erroneous items off, and then get available credit in $15,000 in their credit. Okay. All at the same time. Boom, 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 right? Boom, 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 all the way up. So now I'm trying to help my spouse with their credit, all right? This person doesn't have any credit. What should I do, right? You can add them on as an authorized user to all your cards, all your available credit. And here's the thing. You just started building credit. Now that your credit score is good, it's solid, you can start adding more credit, lines of credit, credit line increases, okay? You've established time with the banks, the credit card companies, 6 months, a year. You can say, hey, look, I'm looking to increase my credit line. I'm looking to increase my credit, build my credit. Hey, double it, right? So if you're at 1,000 per card, now you're at 2,000 per card. Or if you're at 10,000 per card, now you could be at 20,000 per card. I know that we're during, a little bit unprecedented times, but people are still able to build their credit and get new lines of credit, get this spouse on as an authorized user, and then get them their own primary lines of credit. I've seen this for friends and family. Now I've seen authorized user get them into their own nice high bracket of credit, their own nice high bracket of primary lines themselves, platinum cards, cashback cards, travel rewards cards, business credit. I've seen it all. It is possible, okay? So you can do this yourself, 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for it at theawesomelife.group.com. You're the bomb, Meziaka Kia. Okay, Ms. Kia. Ms. Kia A. Okay, I hope I pronounced that right. Ms. Kia. You're the bomb. I have a 708, 709, and 704 credit scores. I use 609 for everything. Barbara Clinton's in the house as well. Hello. Good to see everybody. I appreciate it. And thank you for coming back and letting us know what your credit scores are like and how you're doing. Lady P 609 works. I appreciate you for being here and being a testimony and a review for our services and our products and our ability to help you. Also, I've been helping people on the email as well up this morning. The email, please make sure you email me if you have any questions. We'll be able to help you and get you to the other side. All right. And you can put your comment, if you're watching the replay, you can put your comments, in the video below, ask your questions. I make videos pretty much on the daily, weekend lives. I'm always here for you. All right. Sounds good. So this individual is asking about their accounts, okay, and account numbers. Excuse me. My account numbers are different on all the reports, okay? This is an inaccurate issue. This is non-systematic, right? Non-symmetrical, right? Everything's supposed to look the same on the credit reports. The reporting is supposed to be the same, okay? They have a standard, that Metro 2 compliant standard, right? So they have to be able to boom, 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 hit that. So this individual says, hey, my account numbers are different on each one of the reports, okay? Some says this number, the other creditor says this number. Some have the extra digits, some don't, and on the different reports. Of course, you're only going to get the partial account numbers, okay? Of course, you're only going to get the partial account numbers, which you can utilize, but they're all supposed to be the same. They're all either supposed to be the same status as well. So closed or open, whatever the status is, charge off, collection, whatever the account is, whatever it needs to be, all the reporting needs to be the same. Now, each little report, here's the thing, a lot of people don't know. Let's say one bureau, one line of credit, one trade line, one credit line, okay? On-time payment history, right? You see a month on there. 1 month, that's one little month, one little square you've seen on there. That's one thing that has to be correct, one. And there's 2 months, that's 2. 3 months, 3. 24 months, it's 24, right? Your name's got to be correct on that report. We're just talking about one report. Your name, social, the date of birth. Okay, now that's with one line of credit. Now, if you have, let's say, 10, now you're looking at, okay, 24, 10, 200. So each bureau has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of little things on there that they have to be able to be 100% accurate across 3 bureaus, right? So of course you're going to have inaccuracies that they're not paying attention to over millions of course you're going to have unverified. Of course you can dispute this negative, nasty, erroneous stuff out of there, okay? 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com, all right? So this person asks, is this something they should be resolving with these account numbers? Yes, very much so. This is not something that is okay for them to just willy-nilly be like, oh, well, it doesn't matter. And, it is what it is on the other reports. Systematic, same standards, okay? All right, still dealing with some charge-offs, okay? So you send your 609 dispute letters as charge-offs. Now, if you have collections attached to those charge-offs, and those charge-offs, right, have sold it to the collector supposedly, right, and they have the balance on the collection, that charge-off's not supposed to have a balance, supposed to have that zero balance. I saw that on my own reports. I was like, how do I have the balance on 2? This seems like that's not right. It shouldn't be hit twice. And that was incorrect. And this really helped me during my dispute process and getting these negative, nasty, erroneous items out of there, okay? So atop of sending your 609 dispute letters, you can also send inaccurate information letters on top. That's right, inaccurate information letters. That's right, got those as well. We've got all sorts of letters in that Beyond Committed package for you. And you can show them, hey, look, this is inaccurate. You're not supposed to have the balance on there. This is an unverified account. You need to get rid of this, okay? And also complain. You complain to the CFPB if they're playing games and you show them the inaccuracies, you show them this unverified stuff, you demand them to actually do the investigation and they're not, CFPB can help you out. We've had individuals remove repossessions that way and all sorts of stuff. So we've seen a lot of movement with CFPB. Also, as things change, administrations change and all this stuff, the CFPB seems to be strengthening up again. All right. Want to restore my credit, but I have no idea where to start. Can you help? Natasha Blaylock. Natasha, have you pulled your 3 credit reports? Because if you haven't and you want to start somewhere, annualcreditreport.com can be a good place to start, okay? During this unprecedented times, access to your credit is important. I'm reading it right from their website. That's why Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion are continuing to offer free weekly reports, okay? So I'm going to put this right here. She says, yes, I've gotten it. Okay. So now you can look at the adverse column. There's usually, you go down, this is the good stuff first, and then if you have some good stuff, perhaps you don't. It's okay, I didn't, right? I had like some stuff that was mixed in with the bad stuff. So I had some negative late payments with some good stuff that was still there that I needed to send goodwill letters, but they still considered adverse, right? So I went down, I saw potentially adverse accounts. You look at those potentially adverse accounts, and you're starting there. You're looking there, all right? You can get the 609 dispute letters. You can list all your unverified adverse accounts on there and dispute with the bureaus. And if you have collections, you can send the collection validation letters to the collectors. This is a good place to start. What negative items do you have on there, Natasha, right? And also, don't feel like you may, if you want to email me as well, you can. Some individuals are like, hey, man, I need to take a look at my reports. I got to get back to you. I need to send you some stuff, or may not want to put all this stuff out there. So please feel free. But that's where you start. You can get this stuff out of there. People, the same situation that you've been in, other people have been in, I've been in, have been able to dispute, get these collections off of there, get these charge-off offs, get these negative items off of there, move on with their life, get these inaccurate, obsolete, outdated, and unverified information out of there so they can move on with their life, get the business credit they're looking for, okay? Get the travel cards, get the whatever it is they're looking for, their mortgage, their home, things like this to build wealth for their family, okay? So Natasha's dealing with these negative, nasty, erroneous, unverified student loans, unverified repossessions. So you can dispute these things. Again, with the repossessions, it's a very specific, much like evictions, it's a very specific classification that they have to be able to provide proof that they sent to you, certified mail, saying, hey, we're going to repossess the vehicle. Hey, you're going to have to come here if you want to purchase it at the auction. You have this option. Okay, this is what we sold it for. Here's the deficiency. This is how we calculate it. Here's the contract and how we got it or bought it, or how it's okay that they were able to sell the portfolio and all this stuff and get it to a collector, and that the collector has the right to collect, and that this is how they get the amount that you're supposed to pay, and all this stuff, okay, has to be provided. So we have specific letters for that. These individuals, these collection companies, they're hoping oftentimes that they can get these negative, nasty, erroneous repossessions or evictions or whatever it might be taken care of easily. So people are just going to be like, oh, well, I guess I just should pay, and I don't know, and I guess that whatever you say is true. You have rights under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. This is why, because people have been taken advantage of consistently over the years, okay? I've been using your letters and your ebooks since January 2020. All right. Credit score went from 468 to 643. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming back here and letting us know. Miss Campbell, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Excellent work. 643. That's great. From 468. Okay. Some individuals start at 568, right? And so maybe if you're at 568, maybe you would have been at 700, right? Because that's a really big boost. I know individuals are thinking, hey, 643 is not quite there yet. That's massive. Okay. Starting at 468, that's 175 points. What if you started at 590 and you got all those points? You'd be at 765, right? So some people are probably out there right now, hey, man, I got a 590. I'd like a 700 credit score. It's possible. Miss Campbell says, yes, I could barely even get a prepaid card before. Now she's looking at getting actual credit in her name, primary lines. 643. Okay. And from there, she's going to be able to build. She's not that far off from 700, believe me. Sherry Watts says, I use your system. And then I forgot about everything. But then I just checked my report yesterday, and everything negative is gone. Everything is gone that's negative. Okay? Fantastic. Miss Watts, thank you for coming back. Thanks for letting us know. Thanks for hitting that thumbs up button. I appreciate y'all. Okay? Thank you so much. And, this is what I love to do. This is why I'm here on the weekends. So I appreciate you. Please feel free to email me. Excellent. Good to be here. Appreciate it. Someone had a question about bankruptcy as well. I'm going to get into that as well, Mark. I see you. Sometimes, hey, I get to talk and get the email. I apologize if I miss a few things here as well. We'll talk about bankruptcy. And also someone's asking, is it too early to be thinking about business credit? All right. Is it too early to be thinking about business credit if you're in the 620s? No, it's not too early to be starting about thinking about business credit, because I'm telling you, 620 is not that far from 650 when you can start getting stuff like that. And it's not that far from 700. A lot of individuals start thinking, hey, man, I'm in the low 600. You're not that far from 700. Trust me. Now, if you're at 490, or 500, then yeah, that's a little bit of a jump, but you're not that far. What? 60 to 80 points roughly, because, once you're up at that 680, you could always do AU, trade line. There's ways to massage it, finesse it, and things like that. Okay. So no, it's not too early, but bankruptcy. Oh, yeah. Pull that LexisNexis remark. I need a bankruptcy dismissal letter. Okay, great. The dismissal letter, special dismissal letter. That's right. So I got a couple questions about bankruptcy emails here. Okay, great. So let's talk about bankruptcy dismissal and the discharge. Okay, so people probably are dealing with two different types. Now, dismissal is very specific because it was dismissed for whatever reason. Perhaps it was withdrawn, or didn't qualify or something like that, and it was dismissed. So dismissed means it's no longer really existent in the eyes of the law. Okay, and because of that, it becomes very difficult for the bureaus to maintain information that has been seen to be no longer in the eyes of law to exist. So we talk about that in the dismissed bankruptcy letter. Okay, and it's very specific. It's got very specific language. I've actually got it here. I like to keep all my letters just in case that people have questions. All right. Oh yeah, yes. All right. So it very much so well talks about the date of adjudication and date of order of relief, which don't necessarily happen with a dismissed bankruptcy. Okay. So in this case, civil or otherwise, once dismissed and no longer exists in the eyes of law. Okay. For the Fair Credit Reporting Act, we demand, right, that you delete this from my credit report and send me an updated copy. Okay. And it goes on and talks about more about what needs to happen, all that good stuff. Now, that's dismissed bankruptcy. Dismissed bankruptcy is different than discharge. Discharge, and of course, dismissed bankruptcy might also be in LexisNexis, so you can dispute with LexisNexis. Discharge, you got in LexisNexis, you want to dispute and get that out of there. Now, if you have moved since your discharge bankruptcy, you can update your address. That can help disassociate you from, yes, that's right, bankruptcies and other negative, nasty, erroneous items. And you can dispute this with LexisNexis, your addresses and the bankruptcy. Once out of there, once you got that, you want to go after those accounts included with the bankruptcy. Okay, those accounts included with the bankruptcy. You want to get those out of there. Okay. Then once those are gone, then you go after that bankruptcy because now they have no way of looking around. You see these individuals, you see these companies trying to do everything, right? They're like, oh, well, we can verify. We know it's supposed to be there because we can see the address. We can see the partial social. We can see the accounts included with bankruptcy. We can go with LexisNexis. Once all that's gone, it's very difficult for them to look at it. They're supposed to go into the original furnisher of that information. So if you haven't gone to the courthouse yet as well, you can send them a letter, okay, and ask them, hey, do you communicate with the bureaus directly and give them full socials, full addresses? Oftentimes, I've seen it, people have actually emailed and said, oh, no, we don't do that, right from the courthouse. We don't do that, right? So they must be using some third party. They're supposed to go to the original furnisher of that information, which would be the courthouse. So you can gather up that letter and send it into the bureaus as well and dispute that way. So if they're trying to play games and use third parties and all that stuff, you kind of beat them at their own game, right? Really beating them at their own game. That's really what's going on, okay? Ray Dade. Good to hear. Good to hear from you. My cousin added me on as an authorized user on 2 cards totaling 50,000 in available credit. That's great. That's a lot. Wow, 2 cards. This person's balling out, right? With 0% utilization. That's excellent. Okay. But I still have a few negative accounts. Should I have waited until those negative accounts were removed to have been added as an authorized user? The short answer to that is no. You didn't have to wait. Okay. The longer answer to this is you may not have seen as big of a boost because you have negative items in the way, right? So they're getting in the way and mucking it up, right? You can dispute these negative, nasty, erroneous items out of there now. Once they can be removed, once they can't be verified, they're removed, you'll see a potential greater leap in your score. Because this is a lot of available credit, 50K, no utilization. This is excellent. Your cousin's balling out. This is what I'm saying. People with friends and family who can help them get to the other side is excellent as well. However, the negative items are standing in the way a little bit, right? I'm sure you saw a little bit of a boost, but should you have waited? No, it doesn't matter because they're going to stay on there. As long as your cousin keeps you on there, you're good to go, okay? And you're building up history as it is. So waiting now, in some regards, instead of waiting, you're building up, hey, every month, boom, boom, boom. By the time, right, that stuff, you dispute that negative, nasty, erroneous items off of there, you might have an extra few months, right? It's, the bureaus like to play a game 30 days, respond 30. So it might be 2 or 3 months. Now you got 2 or 3 more months. So you might see even a bigger boost, okay? So you're doing excellent. Stick with it. If you're thinking about authorized users from friends and family right now that are willing to leave you on for years and years or whatever indefinitely, you can do it now. You can start now, okay? It's okay. Please give the video a thumbs up if you're watching the live stream. I appreciate you. Also, if you're watching the replay, thank you very much. Hit that subscribe, try button now. If you're watching replay, hit it now. Hit that thumbs up. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. We'll do some more questions. I'm also putting my email address in here. And if you are watching this replay, or if you want to come back to this and want to leave comments, please do. I get your questions and answer them on the videos. And if you email me, I'll email you back. Absolutely. Okay. Okay. Q feeling myself. Okay. Hello. Want to know about this charge off issue? Okay. I have one charge off, CO, because it says CO. And every month it says CO for years. Okay. Since due as of February 2020. Okay. So they keep putting charge off. It's supposed to have one. Usually it's black, right? Sometimes it's red, but it's usually black, and it'll say CO, charge off. Although I guess I look at the stuff more black and white. But so it'll say charge off. Okay, whatever the color. It says charge off. And usually once it's charge off, that's it. So if they don't have that correct reporting on there, that's an inaccurate reporting as well, on top of having an unverified charge off, right? So you can send the 609 dispute letter on a verified account. You can send the inaccurate dispute letter. Hey, just like you wrote here, right? Reporting every month, charge off should only have one charge off. Yes. And perhaps it's with the collection, right? Collection has a balance. Also, the charge off says there's an amount past due since February 2021, but the collection has that past due amount. Bang, bang, bang. 3 right there, right? And that's just talking to you here, what you've said. When we get to take a look at the reports, when we get to look at that stuff, when we're, doing this at the Awesome Life Group, we can help you get to the other side and find these inaccuracies and potential violations. You can do this and get the email support with us, all right? All right, Brandon, in the older derogatory events, can we dispute items like the payment history? Yes, if there's any inaccurate, obsolete, outdated, or unverified information, you can dispute payment history. People have had late payments, unverified late payments, including myself, okay, including friends and family, including clients and customers we've seen. Unverified late payments, you dispute unverified late payments, they can be updated to positive. We have seen them updated to positive. Goodwill letters also come out. Or derogatory events, some payment histories are different across the 3 bureaus. Unverified, inaccurate information. Yes. Skill at 30. In the beginning, when I started talking about is one payment, one little, you see the little month, right? It's one item that they have to be accountable for to be accurate. Let's say they have 12 months, 24 months, 36 months, right? 24 months of payment history. That's 24 for one trade line. Imagine if you have multiple trade lines. The name has to be right on the trade, the address, all that stuff, right? Everything has to be 100% accurate. If the standard isn't 100%, and they say, well, some things can be inaccurate, which it can't be, but let's say they did, then that starts to be like, well, then let's add an extra 0 to this payment, right? So we can get a little bit more, right? Let's try to send this backdated, right? Let's try and change the date. No, 100% accurate, every item that they put on your reports. Now, again, not everything has to be reported, but everything that does has to be 100% accurate. So if they don't want to report this unverified items, and they say, oh, well, I guess we shouldn't report it. Well, get it out of there then, right? Get these charge-offs, collections, these late payments, and this inaccurate, obsolete, outdated information out of their addresses and this junk out of there. Get these hard inquiries off of there, right? So yes, you can dispute. Hey, it's Gonzalo. Shout out to Awesome Life Group Art. Gonzalo, what up, Brandon? Hey, good to see you. Mr. Gonzalo had great results with the Awesome Life Group. It's great to see him coming back here, right? Telling people what's going on, how things are going. Okay. Mark, thanks for emailing me. Appreciate it. I'm very pleased that individuals keep coming back, letting us know, telling the tribe here as well how well they did. Perhaps Gonzalo will be willing to put up his results here again in a live chat, and I can read them. That would be excellent. This is a testament to this tribe. The individuals here are great people. We feel a sense of community to help one another, be here to feel comfortable doing these things. I appreciate it. And thank you so much. Okay. Look, some months, that's interesting. For some months, they say ND for no data, right? So not everything has to be reported. They do this. I've seen it as well. Okay. Um, okay. Can I dispute with the bureaus? I want to restate the statute of limitations for the charge. They are not allowed to change the date of delinquency like that. Okay. That's a serious violation. CFPB, FTC, BBB, Attorney General, sending your disputes. They cannot change the statute of limitation on the date of delinquency. Okay. If they do, they want to play the game, big time violation. So are you allowed to dispute? Yes. The only time that typically will change your date of delinquency is a payment. Sometimes a promise to pay in some of your states. Typically not, though. And especially reporting, typically not. Usually only payment. This is why we say, hey, don't be paying the collectors and don't be paying this, because that can change. But disputing, no. And sometimes they try to play this game and dispute, and they try to change the date of delinquency. Do not allow that to happen. They're not allowed to do that, okay? Sorry about this. Got a little spam there. Gonzalo says, all right, Gonzalo, I did put here, I went from 580 FICO score to now a 798 FICO score as of today. 798. Oh my goodness. Right there at 800. It's pretty much 800. 2 points away from 800. You're there. You're pretty much there. Gonzalo, if you're not using 3 revolving accounts, using 3 revolving accounts and paying them off every month could potentially get you in that 800. You might be already, though. It might just be a time thing. It just might be a few more months or whatever, but a couple few points. They can fluctuate a few points a month anyway. So 800 is on the way. Wow, 798 FICO score from a 580 FICO score. This is Gonzalo's worked with us at the Awesome Life Group. Please feel free to reach out to us, theawesomelifegroup.com. You can do the work at 609 Credit Repair with the email support with us. So 609creditrepair.com, the do-it-yourself side. You got email support with us. Or if you want us to do it for you, theawesomelifegroup.com. I know some people are going to email me after this. We're going to get off the live stream pretty soon here. Probably I'm going to do a couple more questions. I know it's the weekend. People want to go and enjoy their weekend and have a good time, especially as things are starting to open up. And here's the thing. I want to let y'all know. Gonzalo says, I will send you a screenshot so you can share with everybody. I'm now living an awesome life. Thank you, Brandon and the team. You're very welcome. Very welcome. Art Gonzalo Castillo. I want you to know we're almost through this too, right? A little over a year. It's unprecedented times. You are doing well. People are taking care of their credit. If you're thinking about it now, if you're on the fence now, you're like, well, maybe. I'm telling you, you're going to want to do this now, because as soon as things start opening up again, you probably want to get that car, that house, that the travel miles, the whatever, the business credit. Now is the time. The strike. Things are, opening up. And the time is now. I really appreciate everybody. Okay. Thank you so much. Please hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for you at the Awesome Life Group. Hit subscribe. Oh, also jump on the subscribe tribe. .com for the dates and times and when I go live. All right. So I sent out an email notification today. I love you all so very much. I'm going to let you go. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And until I see you in person, I will see you on the other side. Take care.